Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Silver's path to $26. Let's explore. Yes, indeed. We've been seeing some positive numbers for silver as of late. And of course, as is always the case, whenever the price makes a move or trends in one direction or the other, well, typically the sentiment follows. And, that's something that has been the case for quite some time. And I am sticking with my prediction that silver will hit $30 to $35 by the end of the year. More likely 30 than 35 if my prediction proves to be true. It could still be wrong, even if it goes up to $29. It could certainly reverse course at any time. The point is that I don't take my predictions seriously. They could certainly go in the other direction. I basically do it for fun, although I do like to think that I have some idea of the trends in the markets and kind of what the fundamentals are and what could drive the price of silver one way or the other in a general sense. But regardless, we're looking at some numbers today that see the metals up as the end of the week nears here. Gold is up 0.58%. It's trending upwards, and typically silver follows. In fact, silver usually outperforms gold on the way up and underperforms gold on the way down. Just the volatile nature of silver. And I believe we are seeing a pattern emerge where silver will go down based off of it as a commodity, and it will rise, at least in this age in 2021, as it is being seen as a monetary metal, a hedge against inflation, especially nowadays. Inflation is certainly running hot and is all the talk of the town for sure. But we're going to take a look at these markets here, and we are going to discuss why there could be a path and how that path could make its way through an article reference here from FX Empire. And silver gains as the risk of the Fed rate hike broadens. Rate hikes are most likely to be on the table before the Fed, as the inflation is overpassing the expectations of the Federal Reserve. But they've kind of been talking about this for a while, and people are a little bit leery of this tapering plan that they're talking about. Silver continues its uptrend since September 30th, 2021, when it hit the newly lows of the year. The uptrend is backed by the Fed's tapering plan, which could start in November. Despite the positive U.S. jobless claims, the U.S. dollar index remains under pressure below the 93.7 level. The U.S. dollar index is still vulnerable below that level, which is a crucial resistance. And the DXY chart, you can do some statistical and technical analysis on charts for pretty much any measure or any unit or currency or commodity that's out there. And really that is no different here, as it could drop between the 92.5 and 92.4 levels to complete an expanding diagonal pattern in technical analysis, as is referenced in this article. And now we're talking about the Commitment of Trader report from the CFTC. Their net positions as of the 12th of October 2021 demonstrates a dominance of long positions on both non-commercial and non-reportable positions, whereas commercial positions are still on short. And the number of long traders in each category is larger than short traders, which means that people are kind of bullish on the metal in the long term. It shows the sentiment of traders, and looks like the number of traders who believe that silver could go higher is larger. And we also talk about, there was someone referenced the copper markets and how that is being kind of affected too, where those are being, there's some of that copper being taken off the market. And I've not looked into a whole lot there, but essentially the reason why that's important is because some feel that could happen here with silver as well. There are things happening in the silver market, especially in the bullion market, that I've referenced in the past, and it's starting to really kind of heat up a little bit. And I hope to be able to report more on that perhaps next week, but no promises there from the source that I have. So for the technical side, their daily chart is currently testing a resistance level, and that is around the $23.50 level. And that is something that we'll see that could occur during a pullback before we see it go up to $26. It could be a sign for silver to regain power before the next uptrend move, like a slingshot level back up in the next direction, which could lead it up to the $26 level. It would also be the strong support and a retest of the October 15th resistance. RSI indicator shows signs of correlation, and there's others that remain bullish. So after a slight correction, then silver with the US dollar may continue the uptrend up to $26 and $26.80. The Fed Chairman Jerome Powell will have a speech, and in that speech, Powell will give the sights of the Fed about the economic projections and future actions by the Federal Reserve to keep this on track. In fact, he did have that speech and basically said, hey, tapering is still on the table here. We're on track for it. And so likely that is kind of what is keeping the prices from going up even more. We did see the price level for silver move back dramatically after that speech. If you look at a chart during the course of the day, earlier in the day, it did get up to $24.80, and with a dramatic fall down after the speech. Pretty quickly, gold, the same thing. Gold was up over $1,800 briefly, and it fell pretty dramatically as well, too. Gold's position here right as soon as the Fed speaks, and that, I've talked about this multiple times on this channel. When the Fed speaks, people listen, and it can move markets. And boy, did it ever today. And you could see it right around the time that statement came out, around noon time. Between an hour, we saw it drop fairly dramatically, both gold and silver. In fact, gold's bid price went up to $18.10. So pretty dramatic, whereas silver was up around the $24.80 level and getting suspiciously or really close to that 25, only 20 cents away from $25. That's on the bid price. So we're getting close to that $25 level. We're going to be riding through the weekend here, and as is always the case, on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. we do a market watch where we kind of watch what the markets do as they open up in Hong Kong. And so we'll keep our eyes on that. And my guess is probably we may see the prices stay kind of where they're at or maybe go up slightly. We have fun on those nights where we kind of, just look at the markets. Obviously, it's a minute by minute check typically, and amidst some other fun that we have as well too. A lot can happen, or it can be a very boring night in terms of the markets, but we try to keep things entertaining as well too. But the point here is, folks, is that we are in an uptrend for silver, and we're revisiting some numbers that we saw before, where many people thought we should see much higher numbers. In fact, that's kind of the precipice of where I was thinking at the beginning of the year, why we might see $30 silver. So we're starting to see these numbers in an uptrend, but that could all change if tapering does happen in November. Then we'll see the metals go down even more. A lot of folks, including myself, don't believe the tapering will happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. But I could be wrong too, and we'll see how it plays out. That's the way the cookie could crumble, or way the silver will stack, because when the prices go down, that's a buying opportunity. And by the way, you'll see here before you a list, or you see a couple of bars and a silver coin. And coins, I believe we're going to start to see the prices of these go up, regardless of what the markets do. And the prices of bullion bars may not climb as rapidly as coins. And I've talked about that in the past, and we'll talk about it hopefully again in the future. If things line up, we'll see. But nonetheless, those are your options. And that's just it. Whenever you're a buyer of these precious metals, you have to be agile in your approach, especially in this day and age. We're having changing markets. It's an evolving marketplace here for silver. That separation between spot and physical price is becoming a reality that we're all having to live with. That new reality. I believe the days of Spot deals are long gone, never to be seen again. Although, in the peer-to-peer level, there are ways to get silver at spot. But nonetheless, usually from dealers, coin shops, and the like, you're less likely to find at spot deals anymore, and you're less likely to find really much low premium silver deals anymore either. And typically, that premium is a big deterrent for some of us out there, and that's part of the reason why I had transitioned mostly into gold in recent years, although I still am buying silver. Some of the silver that you see before you here is recently purchased silver. I just haven't talked about it a whole lot. But I am still buying. I'm a believer in silver and will continue to be, because I know that over the course of a long period of time, especially if you practice what I call intelligent or smart dollar cost averaging, you are going to preserve your wealth. And that's the best thing we can hope for, and that's the thing that we should expect with silver. But you got to do it right, and it's a part of being intelligent about it, and that's how it will roll. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Silver's path to $26. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and stack on a little bit more. Just stack it up.